So this is what your commodities market update looks like for today, the final official business and trading day for the current week. Adim Okwesa, a member of the economic think tank at Financial Derivatives Company. Quite a number of burning economic issues. First subsidy is still there. We have a few issues around the agro-commodities. And then, of course, a bit of issue around what we do with the first subsidy global agric markets. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let me just throw this directly to you. Give us a bit of a highlight of what the burning economic issues are. I'm particularly interested in oil and, of course, what everybody will be looking forward to during the long Easter holiday.
Yes, I must say. Brent hit a 2019 high of $72 yesterday, primarily driven by upbeat economic data from China. China's economy expanded by 6.4%, beating analyst expectations. And of course, China is extremely important to Nigeria. We import about 23% of our imports come from China. China is investing massively in our roads, bridges, seaports, airports, and also in critical sectors like mining. So it's extremely important that we look at what China is doing. Brent, like I said, and China is the largest exporter of commodities. So that's positive data from China, providing a massive fillip for all commodities across board. But for Brent is slightly lower this morning. I think that is primarily driven by, there's still speculation about whether this OPEC production agreement will be extended. Is very rare, particularly comments from Russia's finance minister earlier this week that it might opt out from the deal in June. So that is what is keeping a lid on prices this morning.
Okay, no, that's okay. Quite a few issues there, but taking the what you call the oil story is also the electricity, the national grid collapse, getting things back up and running. But again, it looks like we're losing so much because of the problems in the power sector. Where are we at the moment? Any idea?
Yeah, latest data came out from the Office of the Vice President, came out that power output slumped to about 28% on April 16th. That was the latest data. We have to 2,948 megawatts per hour. That is, I think that's a year-to-date low.
We lost about 1,000 plus.
Yes, that is extremely low. That reflects the collapse of the network on Tuesday. So that is, and because of that, a massive, we've lost aggregate output. That would only push up diesel prices and other commodity prices. So we hope the grid recovers soon.
And then this issue, what are we learning about if we move into core commodity issues around what this new commodity fund, export fund is all about? What are the banks and others, banks and exporters working together to deliver here through these about $500 million US?
Yes, and this push to reduce our dependency on oil, the CBN and other banks have set up a $560 million commodity export fund to support the production and export of key commodities like cashew nuts, palm oil, rubber, cocoa. So what that will do is that will provide incentives. Banks will provide loans at single-digit interest rates with a 10-year tenure. So that would provide an incentive for farmers to boost production and exports.
So does it look like we're getting serious about export diversification in agri? All these steps looks like we're getting serious about.
Yes, indeed. We've spoken so much about.
So it isn't just official talk at the official level, at the government level. Now, in practical terms.
Yes.
Right.
Now we're seeing the action. Now we've spoken so much about commodities that we have the potential to produce. We have potential to produce so many commodities across the board, but we're not meeting that potential now. So I think the CBN, the federal government, they are intent on maximizing our potential so we can finally reduce our dependency on oil. Oil is a dying commodity.
So this is putting live to what the central bank governor Godwin Emefiele announced a few weeks ago, that yes, 10 agro-local products are being selected for export focus.
Yes.
Cashew, I'm sure there was sesame seed and a few others there within the that basket of 10.
Yes.
And this $560 million commodity exports fund go to promote that.
Yes, indeed, that's true.
That's what it's all about.
Yes, the production and exports of these commodities. Yes, that's true.
Okay, that's a good story. But let's get back to the oil market. The OPEC meeting is still in June. Well, still a long way, but not such a long way. Where do you guys see oil prices before June? at this level,
Well,
72 plus?
It is at 72 now, but I think there's a particular event that's coming up in May, which might potentially be a double-edged sword in the sense that it might boost oil prices above $75, which would surge, which would provide a resurgence to shale output and whatnot. In May, remember in November, the U.S. granted import waivers to certain countries, Iran, Iraq, South Korea, and some other Asian countries. Those import waivers expire in May. It's still uncertain whether the U.S. will extend those import waivers. If the U.S. doesn't export those import waivers, we could see oil jump to as high as $75 or even $80 per barrel. I remember in 2018 when oil got to as high as $2018, shale oil came back, and we saw the likes of Donald Trump expressing his desire to see oil prices lower. And that is what sent oil prices sharply lower at the tail end of 2018.
But now it looks like things are changing.
Yes.
And prices seem to be, well, there's little you can do about controlling prices. Market prices, just have a way of a life of their own, try to decide and behave whichever way they want at any given point in time. But that's okay. You'll be taking a holiday?
Of course, well needed.
Thank you.
Very well needed.
I envy you. Thank you. Have a great holiday. See you sometime in the days ahead.
Thank you.